It's Monday, and we have some numbers now for the opening weekend of the Super Mario Brothers movie. And I'm hearing 377 to 400 million. I don't think we have up-to-date numbers. These are still kind of estimates because when this number was getting kicked around, it was still really early on Sunday. And I checked today, and there's still no big update. I'm sure we will get one today, but I'm going to go ahead and call it from 377 to 400, which is right around what I said it was going to make. I said 300 to 400 million, and I was right on this one. I knew it would be big. Everybody knew this movie was going to be big. I mean, it's Mario. It's a Mario movie that's pretty damn accurate to the games for once. There was no way it was going to fail. No way it was going to fail. It was for sure going to be a massive hit. It's family friendly, and there's not a lot of those movies out there. Naturally, when you have a family movie that has multiple generations that are familiar with this character, if they can take kids to see it, they're going to do it. And in some cases, probably as an excuse for themselves to see it, too. Because, I mean, who doesn't love this character at this point? There's so many people. All these critics trashing on this, saying that it's for the fans. And it's like, do you not get that that's the point? They wanted to make this for the fans because they have enough fans to make a massive pot of money with this movie. They don't need to go outside of that fan base. They just don't need to. And it also accomplishes another goal. It brings in new fans. So it did really well. In fact, it broke a shit ton of records. Ton of records were smashed from this. A lot of them were held by Disney, which is, of course, why there's so much salt for this movie. Disney can't make proper family films anymore. So, of course, the media, which lives to blow the mouse, run out and attack this movie left and right. This is why a lot of these Illumination movies don't do as well ratings-wise as compared to Disney, because of the fact that, well, they're a direct competitor to Disney for the family market, and they do a better job. There's nobody running around with they, them pronouns in the Mario movie. And that's a little bit of a problem. One article that I'm going to get to is mad that he doesn't wear a dress in the movie. Not joking. So a lot of records just smashed here. A lot of them held by Disney. Highest grossing movie of 2023 so far for its opening weekend. Surpassing Ant-Man. And I'm going to tell you something. This movie's not going to have a drop like Ant-Man. That's for sure. In fact, there's nothing in this movie's way until Guardians of the Galaxy, really. And that movie comes out next month. So this movie is likely going to own the box office for the entire month. Had the biggest 5-day, highest grossing debut for Illumination, beating out their own previous records. Second biggest debut for an animated movie, outpacing Finding Dory and following Incredibles 2. So Incredibles 2 beat it on, it still beat Mario for domestic. I think they leave that out there. So domestic-wise, Incredibles 2 is unfortunately still the king. Which I thought, like, Toy Story would have been up there, but Incredibles 2 did better than Toy Story? Is that just domestic? I think that's just domestic. So I saw some people making comments about that on my previous video, and I think that they're getting confused with the domestic number, which is what Incredibles appears to hold, is the domestic. Toy Story had a huge weekend, but that's with global numbers, I think, because this is what they keep kicking around in articles. This has been cited in multiple articles now, this Incredibles 2 domestic. So Disney gets to keep that one, but they came pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Highest grossing debut for a video game adaptation, beating Sonic the Hedgehog 2. International-wise, biggest of 2023, beating Ant-Man once again. Second biggest animated opening of all time behind Frozen 2 at $228 million. So here's the thing. So Frozen owns the international, but combined, Mario beats it. Mario beats it. So Mario has a bigger one there. Global. Biggest opening of 2023, once again bringing down Ant-Man. Highest illumination, biggest video game, and then biggest animated opening weekend ever for IMAX with 21.6. And biggest video game opening of all time, beating Warcraft. Thank God, because that movie sucks ass. Now, smashing records, let's take a look at some of the salt. Well, actually, this isn't salt. It is to critics, though. That's the producer answering if a Super Mario Brothers movie 2 will happen. You know, God, you know it will. 100% it will. It's made too much money. It's going to make $1 billion. There will be a second one, 100%. Now, IndieWire, very, very upset about this. A whole article on why family movies need to be better. Super Mario Brothers is not enough. Well, I'm sorry, but your salty ass is wrong because the movie made enough money. How is it not enough? These people are just mad because it's not progressive and it's not Disney. There's no woke stuff in this movie. None. This is a total safe movie for you to take your family to. That is enough. The gamer, throwing a little degeneracy around. I took actual mushrooms and saw the Super Mario Brothers movie for science. Yeah, that's real cool. You went to a children's movie and took drugs. Okay. I'm not sure this is something you want to post on the internet. That's forever. And then finally this one. This is the real killer here. 1993's Super Mario Brothers is so much better than the new animated movie. Now, this is something a lot of critics have been kicking around, trying to justify this pile of shit as some kind of better movie than the animated movie. And there's some funny stuff in this article. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's just another. I've done a video on this before, but what I found funny in this one was the end of this article. Listen to this. The Last of Us adaptation soared when it embraced new possibilities, such as its rewriting of the Bill and Frank's relationship. Okay? So The Last of Us adaptation was better because it included a gay relationship. Seeing an adaptation that's almost completely identical to what came before it, or worse, even more boring and flat than what came before, raises the question of why any studio would bother to adapt anything at all. Without something new to say, some new aesthetic or vision to add to the table, there's no point other than grabbing easy cash without undergoing the burden of actually reimagining a popular franchise for a new setting. So they're mad that there's no LBGT stuff in the movie. This is something that I've pointed out before, and a lot of other people have pointed out. The fact that they're mad that there's no progressive stuff in this movie, which is one of the reasons why they've given this movie a bad review. If you don't care to see a wider and more creative vision of Mario, as Super Mario Brothers attempted in 1993, then just buy a copy of Super Mario Odyssey and play that instead. It'll provide the same amount of entertainment as the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then some, because Mario can wear a wedding dress in that game. It's cute and it's more subversive than anything that happens in either Mario adaptation. Do you see that? Now, it's true, you can wear a dress in Super Mario Odyssey. Do they have that picture in here? You can do it, but it's not meant for something progressive. It's actually just meant to be funny. It's not meant to please progressives. It's just meant to be a joke in the game. And I highly doubt anyone other than weirdos played the entire game with him in a dress. It's just meant to be a joke. It really is. Nintendo is not doing that for a progressive image. But there you have it. Okay? Mad that there's no progressive stuff in this movie. There's no grooming, nothing woke in it, and they're salty about it. Super salty about it. And Polygon coming through with more reasoning to why we can say that. Thank you, Polygon. So I love that this movie's doing good. I'd like to see more movies like this get made, especially for the family market, because it needs it. And I enjoyed the salt from the critics. I think that's funny as always. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.